Okay, guys, urgent action. Ex-Muslim atheist Zara K arrested. Hashtag justice for Zara K. So this is really important because this involves someone who's a member of our community and a personal friend of ours. So ex-Muslim and feminist activist Zara K, the founder of Faithless Hijabi, was arrested in Tanzania on December 28th, where she was held in police custody without a clear indication of charges for 32 hours. She is well known for her activism supporting ex-Muslim women and questioning Muslim women who are ostracized for leaving Islam. Zara was bailed on the 29th of December 2020. She faces the following charges. 1. Social media posts deemed to be critical of John Magufuli, the president of Tanzania. 2. Not returning her Tanzanian passport after gaining Australian citizenship. And 3. Using a SIM card not registered in her name, as it was registered in a family member's name. Sources tell Atheist Republic that these charges are politically motivated, and they allege that they likely originate from Zara's former Shia community, the Koja Shia Ithnasheri Jamaat. Atheist Republic and the International Coalition of Ex-Muslims calls upon the Tanzanian government to immediately drop all charges against Zara K. And guys, here's where it's important. Everyone watching this, I made it super easy for you. You can help. You can help Zara by contacting your local Tanzanian and Australian consulates and embassies and politely ask authorities to investigate why she was arrested and to drop all charges. So I made this easy for you guys. If you are watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find all the necessary contact information for the Tanzanian and Australian authorities in the link that is at the top of the description. It probably says like help Zara K in all caps at the top. And at the bottom of this press release that was issued by the Council of Ex-Muslims of Britain, it lists all the contact information for your local consulates and embassies. It lists who to tag on Twitter, who to email, and necessary like phone numbers and hashtags that you can use as we undertake this campaign to help defend Zara and prevent this deprivation of her civil liberties, basically. So in terms of the charges that she's facing, one of them, the first one, is social media posts against the president. Okay, obviously, this is a free speech issue. Yes, David is saying email is free. Act now. Yes, David. And I know David has emailed his authorities in the UK, and I appreciate you for that, David. And also, he has a really good YouTube channel. So, like I said, she made posts that were critical of the president of Tanzania. These posts, I've seen them. They're very lightly critical. And she made these posts while she was living in London. Okay, so she wasn't even in Tanzania at the time that these were made. And obviously, this is a major free speech issue, a free expression issue, that she's being punished for criticizing the president for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic in Tanzania. In terms of the second charge of not returning her Tanzanian passport after gaining Australian citizenship, she or her team says that she didn't return her passport because it was lost. And so she has never used it again after gaining Australian citizenship. So she has never presented herself to be a Tanzanian citizen again, which she no longer is. And in terms of the final charge of not using a SIM card, or using a SIM card that was not registered in her name, it just is such a ridiculous charge, because if you were in a country that you don't live in for a period of time, it makes sense to not register a SIM card in your name. You know, just do it if someone you're visiting. Like, it's ridiculous. So yes, failure to register SIM cards. Wait, but it says failure to register SIM cards legislation has been used to persecute other high-profile cases in the country as well. And the team that I've been involved with in helping Zara in this situation, we believe, like I said before, that it's politically motivated, because the nature of these charges are such that they are likely to be initiated by a specific group who has threatened her with death previously. And the atheist pastor is saying it sounds as though they were just looking for an excuse to arrest her. Yes, so that's why we say that these are politically motivated.
Rivka.
So just to take a little more information out there for people when they're thinking about writing their consulates and things like that, embassies rather. It's important to remember that Tanzania is a signatory to the 1966 International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Now, I'm not seeing it on the list, but when I did look it up, I noticed that they were, maybe it's Republic of, but when I looked it up earlier, now I'm just got a list of people, but they're signatories to different, I'm going to look this up more so I can be more specific, but to different human rights covenants and treaties that they've signed. So they have an international obligation to a lot of these things. So that's something that's important to remember. The other thing is that even if these charges were actual none of these are worth 32 hours in jail. I mean, these are the majority, like the SIM card or the failing to a fine, and you move on your way. So it seems like it's very trumped up charges that they, trying to make look, for something in order to hold her. And yeah, I was going to mention the SIM card thing. I think that that's a big way a lot of authoritarian regimes clamp down on speech or freedom of expression, thought, conscience, is through a lot of these digital laws, whether it's the SIM card or specific platforms or what you can and can't say on specific platforms. That's, I've noticed, something that's been used quite often in a lot of other charges, of a similar political nature in terms of not, actually of substance. It's a nothing burger, really.
Oh, this reminds me, tomorrow, so that is Sunday, January 3rd, at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So Atheist Republic's Canadian consulates is having a united meeting. So we are having a united action meeting for our Canadian consulates about what we can do for Zara. This will include, I think it would be really productive for us to do letter writing during this time. So if you are a member of our Canadian consulates, or if you would like to become a member of our Canadian consulates, go to our website, look for the local groups or Canadian or just consulates page, and you'll find information on how to join those Facebook groups. And then once you're in the Facebook group, you can see how to register for this event. But we will be brainstorming together with our Canadian community about how we can unite across the Canadian nation, to help Zara. And someone was asking for like a script or a draft for email and tweets. Check out my Twitter if you want to see just like tweets that you can use as copy pastas, basically. But I think we're going to be spending that time to write letters for Zara and craft a script that I think will be very good and direct, that other people can use. So
Answers what Andy is saying right here.
Actually, yeah, that's good. But I wanted to make a point about concerns about politeness and how to word it. Yeah, I mean, I actually sent a few emails, and as I was saying to my two esteemed colleagues earlier, that I basically took what was said in the press release and just, please let this serve as an urgent call to action concerning, Zara K and the charges against her. Please, we're asking you, please let her leave the country and drop all the charges immediately. And then I just reiterated again. But one thing that I want to say, when you're writing these letters, it's kind of interesting and I think important to say something on the lines of, I look forward to hearing from you about what action you're taking, to investigate this critical and urgent matter. I look forward to hearing, how you're going to move forward on some of the things I'm concerned about. Some sort of way that these people realize that this isn't just a one-off. And that's what's nice about doing it individually. Yes, we should definitely do group ones, but I think when people become flooded with just some person in wherever in the world, and then it becomes, it increases exponentially, it becomes noticed versus like the sort of sign thing. Those are important too. Like, we shouldn't forget about that, but I think it is important to do it. And I actually even called and left messages on the embassy's answering machines. And I basically just said what the press release, and if you're not comfortable doing this, you don't have to, but I left my number and I said, please call me back if you have any questions about, why I'm calling. And I really want to hear from you to know about what action you're taking.
Can I just say I'm so proud of how everybody is getting together. Actually, let me do the cringe thing that people say. I'm so proud of our community. Wait, no, just no, but I am.
You have to say they show up. That's what everybody.
No, but I am actually. I know this is kind of like a cringy thing to say, but the way that the ex-Muslims and atheist activists got together and multiple different organizations, being led by ex-Muslims of Great Britain, the way and XMNA and Atheist Republic, how they all got together and organized and came up with a strategy so fast, responding, like getting in touch with the people, the expertise, with the people that know the relevant people. Like, it was so, the behind the scenes, the people, like, we are like, and this is like not even very significant compared to other groups of people. Like, we're starting to become more structured, we're starting to become more connected, we're starting to put our disagreements, like because we have a lot of internal disagreements and internal fighting and some drama here and there between different atheist groups and different ex-Muslim groups. But when it comes to something that matters, when it comes to going and protecting somebody from our community, we just ignore all of that and work together. And I think this shows that we're becoming more and more organized, and hopefully this, like, maybe 5 or 10 years from now, we are even more efficient at going out and protecting one of our people if they get in trouble. Like, I'm hoping that this becomes sets a precedent and becomes a role model for how to keep on doing this and improving it, right? And even faster next time. So this is really good.
So to close, I would like to say thank you to everyone who in our community has reached out to me, bringing this to my attention. I mean, I was aware, but it really fills me with joy that people are constantly bringing it to my attention, that they want me to know about it and they want me to get involved. I am getting involved. I'm very involved, but we can't be public about a lot of stuff. I'm also very, I really appreciate all the concern that everyone has extended about Zara. It means so much to us. I'm sure once she's able to communicate with people, it'd mean a lot to her. And I just want everyone to know that all the stops are being pulled out, okay? all stops are being pulled out, but that also means that we need you to get involved. So link in the description below, right at the top. Do it. Do it now.
Yeah, I want to say something about what Armin said. Yeah, I think it's great. I think being more organized allows you to be more effectual. And I also really would like to just, give us all a big attaboy, girl, whatever, about the way that people can put aside differences to work on a specific problem that affects all of us. And I think that that's a really good lesson for us in our daily lives, and then in politics and all these things, that we all share common problems, right? And so how we focus on that, I think, is what really makes things effectual, helpful, brings people together, and, is a good, as Armin said, precedent and a good model.
Yes. So Suha is sharing the link. And also, don't forget to join a Canadian consulate if you are Canadian or Canadian citizen. And so you can talk to me and directors of our board about how we can take direct action tomorrow. So go check that out too.
Pacific
right.
Standard Time, you said? Pacific?
Yeah.
10 a.m. Pacific? Okay.
Yeah.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Why There's No. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.